Right. So the morning comes, the sun doesn't hit you, but you get the light off the trees around you in the forest, just off the trees. You know it's morning, the birds are chirping. And you get yourselves up, you wake yourselves up, and you get ready for the day. Anything you guys like to do before you take part, or depart rather?
I'd like to take a swig from my water skin.
Nice. How does it taste?
A little leathery, but clean.
Nice. That's pretty good. And you guys find yourselves sitting up. The sun is it's up in the sky, but surrounding you is a sort of fog. It's like a light mist that's just leaving foresty area. And you guys, a correction I'm making is that you've been traveling east,
Yes.
which would have made things much simpler or much more logical last time.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys have been traveling east, and you come across a nice road here. If you would populate it with yourself, starting from the west. Trees aren't too thick here. It's a bit wild.
Okay, I think I want to stipulate that I have my sword. No, what do I have? My shield
Remember,
and rapier
instead of
equipped.
saying, "Oh, okay, I got you."
Just
Never mind.
because those things
Yeah, I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
have me on alert.
Good. Aha, we are having problems with my YouTube.
Yes.
So, I'm going to do the backup, which is, what is this? Give us a second there, please. Actually, Gucci.
Yes. Convert out of it. Sick.
I have loaded as well a bit, but that should be good. Okay, cool. So you guys proceed along, and I'd say you kind of finding a nice, peaceful day. Things have been interesting. No one seems to have, none of your party members, fellow companions, seem to have run off with anyone else's loot or anything in the night.
Sweet. Whee!
Yeah, and you guys are making your own. Doing pretty well.
So
Rose, could you please roll perception for me?
where did you even go? Am I
What?
blind? Oh no, yeah, no. I'm just bored.
Just because you jump on top of her.
No, no. I was guessing, so
No. I know her.
Oh my god,
Where did our party go?
Okay. There's even some
Hello.
20th century person there as well. Could you put your wizard inspector through there? Unless you want to continue with this avatar, you can if you want.
This is Clouseau and
Oh,
not
Jesus.
Clouseau.
This is the wrong one.
He has to come up with the backstory for how he got the hat, though.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
No
'cause
problem,
I'm
there we go.
butthurt. I don't have a hat, so I'll be very noticeable.
One with a hat.
Wait, didn't I buy you a hat?
No, I didn't.
Roll
want that.
perception for me, please, Rose. Oh, did it go? I'm so sorry. I'm in the wrong tab. Okay, cool. Rose, you there? Amanda?
Yep.
Roll perception for me, please.
Oh, why do I have this minimized? Fuck's sake.
Where does it show? Okay.
Passive percep. No, that's passive. Roll perception.
Skill. Oh, that's pretty
17.
good. You notice a couple of weapons that
Oh.
have rusted, like they've been at the coast for a long time. You've been a bit familiar with the coast, and you've been going away from the coast for some time now. So it's a bit perplexing as to why they're rusting away. They must be very old, but they don't show other signs of degradation.
Me as a warrior, I note that blood also makes them rust faster, so maybe it was just a war or like a battle, but still they would have been here a while.
Rose, do you point this out to your companions?
Yeah.
Good point.
Cool,
I
you guys-
put
you guys-
weapons out to my companions. Yes, I should have said that. And
Thank you.
Cool, you guys do so.
Um,
I'm gonna walk up to this cliff face over here, and I'm gonna take a good hard look at the rock, and I'm going to pick one up. I'm gonna give it a sniff and a good lick.
Give me a
And
nature check.
nipping a lick.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, as a dwarf, I have the racial trait of stone cunning. So just stones. I'm good at stones. I know how they're built. I know what they are. I'm just if I find anything interesting.
What
Fair enough.
what are you trying to discern?
Anything interesting. I mean, as a dwarf, I've been working with rocks for like a couple of 100 years. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to notice something out of the ordinary.
Do a nature check for me, please.
What did he say?
Nature.
Nature check? I think yes. Nature. Not really good. 9.
It's like any other rock you've tasted before.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna do this like sporadically as we're walking, throughout the travel. Every now and then, I'm just gonna pick up a rock, give it a smell, maybe like,
Let me know when you'd like to do
see what
so.
it sounds like, see how it. Yeah. Not for anything in particular, just like, is anything out of the ordinary.
What do you guys think of your dwarf friend? It's licking this rock.
I understand his reasoning for it, but I still think it's a bit odd.
Fair enough. As you guys progress along, yeah, sorry, don't let me interrupt you.
I don't know. I just comment on him being an odd fellow.
Can I examine
Well,
the weapons
comment.
any more thoroughly that are on the floor?
Yeah, you can investigate them. And Blaze just said you're a weird fellow.
You're a weird fellow, little dwarf.
There you go.
Should I roll? Should I roll,
roll
investigation?
investigate. Well, what do you? Yeah,
Roll-
you have a
roll
look at it. Yeah,
investigation. Okay.
investigation.
19.
Ooh, wow. Okay. You see that these weapons are recent, like the last week or two,
Oh.
Okay.
and
And how do they look? They're you said
they're
rusted?
rusted. They're rusted, and it's like the kind of rust you'd find at the sea, but it seems more aggressive. It looks like the rust has eaten away a lot of the weaponry.
I, of course, share this information with my party. And ask if we've heard of anyone dangerous who's gone through here before us, like a couple of weeks ago.
Not a
That we know of.
person.
Or party
may-
or thing.
Thing else. Is it possible to make a nature check, perhaps, to
Look
hang
for
on one second.
tracks.
I'm just going to
Google it. No, you're not allowed to do that. No, I'm joking.
well, I mean, it's
No,
one second.
Can I check for tracks and or signs of a battle around the weapons, please?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, that's what I will
You
do.
don't. I can tell you now that you don't see much of
I don't see
much
much.
tracks of any people. But if you give me an investigation check, would that be nature? Is it investigation? Let me just check while he's off.
Mm,
Okay, so what are you looking for, Tiberius?
I'm looking for tracks mostly, and then also
Oh.
around the weapons, or like tracks leading to
Roll
from
survival for me, please.
survival.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lordy, a 9.
Don't seem to see much.
Okay, I don't see much, guys. I wonder why why they're here.
They just seem completely out of place then.
Well,
It's like someone's discarded them almost as they've passed through.
Tiberius, you are the big warrior here.
Yes, indeed.
Surely you can see if there's any use for these weapons for us.
I have some pretty good weapons already, but I can definitely have a look to see if they can be used and managed even with all the rust. Maybe I can see
Do so.
where they even from.
I'd like to chime in and say that as a weaponsmith, I might be able to repurpose some of the better pieces that are here. However, these weapons,
Let me describe them further because you're investigating them for such purposes, both of you. Yeah, so these weapons, the middle parts, the parts of the weapons, Tiberius, you note, that would strike an enemy. That's where the corrosion seems to be emanating from. Gimbal, the metal is not very in a good condition. Some of it is, the surrounding bits, the
I'm
tips
going
of it,
to
handles.
take my fingers and pinch some of the corroded bit and rub it between my fingers.
A fine taste of red ochre rust smears itself over your fingers.
Fine paste.
It's heavily rusted.
I think I
But it's moist.
know.
That's a bit moist.
I think I know what kind of creature
What kind of creature?
might make something like this happen. In the mountains where we mine our stones,
Yes.
Uh, I guess. Should I?
But the rust definitely comes from the blood of a creature.
Not the blood of a creature,
Not the blood of a creature.
the touch of a creature.
Mm.
I want you to make a
Touch.
perception check, Gimbal.
Exactly. Well,
What
no,
make-
that's performance, not perception. Hang on.
Make it, yeah.
That's a different. That's a much better roll.
What did you roll?
20.
20.
Okay, that's pretty good. Give me a moment. You guys should probably hang tight where you are now.
Okay.
I want to see something here. Oh, I need to do that. That's right. Okay. So,
Oh.
I'd just
Gimbal.
like to say, if Gimbal is correct, we're proper fucked.
No.
you seem to be familiar with this. You're not quite sure.
Exactly.
But what you do notice is a rustling up this cliff face. You're not quite sure, but you know something is coming.
We hear a rustling.
You have. Gimbal
Oh.
hears some
I'm not a fan of
stones
wrestling.
begin to
Oh,
fall
some
from just over here. The same place that you picked up the stone.
Oh, well, I knew something was fishy with that stone, man. Gimbal knew something was up with that stone. I'm gonna.
And you can prepare to do something. Or
I'm
do
going
something.
to jump back and draw my crossbow and shout to everybody something's coming from, point in the direction. And I'm just going to shout, like, who's there?
I want everyone to roll initiative as a smaller than you expected, orangish brownish creature jumps out from the top of this area here.
Where's initiative again? Is it
And
saving
I've got the-
throws? No, that's intelligence, isn't it?
It's in the middle at the top.
It's in the middle. Oh, it was, yeah, the...
And I want to see something.
I
Okay.
Oh,
This thing is
Jesus.
faster. This thing is fast.
Oh no.
This thing has jumped at you, Gimbal. And it's going to take quite a big bite at you. For 19,
That's not good.
which should hit, am I correct?
Yes.
This is going to deal you 6 piercing damage as
Oh.
razor sharp teeth bite into your arm. You feel quite an intense pain, nearly to the bone. And you know that this thing is extremely dangerous. You manage to rip your arm free, and we get to see where we stand in
How-
the initiative.
Can I ask how big the creature is?
Let me double check that for you. Medium size. It's about the size. It's about twice the size of like a border collie or something, but it's taller in the midsection. It seems to be a little armored up as well.
So it classes as a medium creature.
I have
It
a
is classed as a medium creature.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
question. I have a question. Do I get my reaction opportunity attack? Because he moved into striking distance?
Opposite of that. Opportunity attack is when they leave 5 feet of you, or they leave within 5 feet.
It's is it not whenever they
Like your
come
reaction.
through or leave it? Is it not
No,
entering?
yeah,
and
you
exiting?
can. No, might be for some feats or some classes, but generally speaking, and for people all here, the reaction would be when they leave your area to opportunity attack them.
Okay.
This guy has got doesn't say anything about his thingamajiggy, so let me just have a look here. Ooh, you guys are lucky. And this is something that you know Gimbal as a rust monster.
A rust monster.
Uh,
I'm going to put him
taking-
underneath. So
are we taking turns to attack? Or
it is now top of the round. That was a surprise round.
okay.
Sick, boys. Let's fucking go. Rust monsters also
Right.
10. Okay, cool. I'm putting that in my own little notes.
Yes, and so we got ourselves a standoff against here. And I'm going to just amp the music up a little bit because it's a bit dangerous.
Forgot to put on the...
So, with that attack, dealing quite a massive blow to your dwarven companion, Tiberius, what is it that you want to do?
Oh, I begin sick, boy. Let me
Yes.
think about this, cause I am already equipped with my stuff. I want to fight. So let's see. How far away am I? I'm 15 feet away. Okay, I can move in to striking distance. Haha! Come stand here. And then let's see. I'm gonna do... What did I say I have equipped?
Like shield and I can't remember what weapon.
Okay, my javelin's
You
still
have-
in from last round, I think.
Said you had your shield and your axe, I think.
My
I may be
Yeah.
mistaken.
Okay, I didn't actually do my warhammer. Okay, I didn't click the button.
Your warhammer, I think that's what it was, not your axe.
So sick attack. I would like a warhammer attack.
What are you going to do with your warhammer?
I'm holding it with both my hands, and I want to see if I can get a surprise strike on it while it's still focused on Gimbal. Hit it in like...
Make an attack roll, please.
I got an attack to hit 14.
14. Let's have a look at his AC. You see this thing. It sees you. It's still reeling back a bit. It doesn't have enough time. It nearly escapes, but it doesn't as you bring your weapon down on its head, dealing... Please roll your d10 and plus your bonuses.
Only D10.
On the right-hand side of the weapon
11.
under attack. 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yes,
This
sir.
thing goes... It reels down rather. And you hear like a strange gurgling scream as it does. Let me just... Oh, that should work. And yeah, you dealt a lot of damage. A lot of blood comes out, and as you hit this, ooh of liquid goes all over your warhammer.
Oh god.
I knew it.
I
Just the
should've-
top of it, where you hit it with.
I knew
I
it.
told you, you fool!
You can see that it begins to bubble. A strange, lightish yellow bubble that's slowly turning a little darker yellow.
I wipe it off as soon as I can. On the
On what?
grass. The grass. Not my hands.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, thank you.
That'll be your bonus action.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Rosemary, you're up next. Unless you want to move away, Tiberius.
I still have movement, but I'm here. I'm holding onto my shield still, so.
Right.
Cool.
Rosemary, you're up.
Can I ask the party at first if they would like me to push this creature a bit further away from us, like 5 feet away?
Yeah, but that's going to be a bonus action.
Yeah, that's bonus action, yeah. But
Cool.
I do that.
Go ahead. Ask them.
would you like me to push the creature 5 feet away from us? I don't know what to say.
Yes, madam.
That's
Thanks
great.
for offering.
I think we're all melee, so there's no point for that.
Just
Do we have
what-
time
that's
for
what
this?
I
Do
would-
we have
that's
time
what
for this polite conversation?
No.
You're not all. You might be thinking you're all melee, but is Rose thinking that? And you've just gotten a yes, please. So what do you choose to do, Rose?
Did I get a yes or did I get a no?
I said
or
yes, please,
melee?
madam.
Okay. So can I cast Gust?
How
The
close
creature.
does it say you have to be? What's the range of gust?
30 feet.
Oh, it's
Okay. Go for it. Describe what that spell does, please.
It says you seize the air and compel it to create one of the following effects at a point you can see within range. It says one medium or smaller creature that you choose must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed up to 5 feet away from you.
What's the DC against the strength saving throw?
14.
14. Okay, so let's have a look. Strength +1. 15 +1. He survives. He holds his. This thing digs itself in. It's reared itself downwards, and in response to the pain from Tiberius, has dug itself into the ground. It's not moving anywhere.
Okay. Well,
Would you like to use any of your movement?
I'm gonna move. Does he get attack on me if I move?
No, you're not close
No.
enough.
Okay. So let me just.
Range you got 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yes, so.
Nice.
Can I
What-
move like roughly like here? So I've got a bit more
35
range
feet or
on
so?
him.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, cool. Because I'm more
Um,
long range than melee.
Inspector Zoe, what is it that you'd like to do?
First, after all, question is that when Blaze was about to attack it, I was actually about to scream, "No! It will dissolve your weapon." Should I have done that?
I mean,
It's past. The past is a past, man. You want,
pass.
No,
I already mentioned it.
you want a bonus action to explain this to me?
I mentioned it before it even jumped out, and we didn't think about it. And
No,
you
no,
know
no,
what?
no, no. Actually, the thing is, I thought of it. I'm asking, should I wait my turn or can I just? No, don't hit it.
Oh, I mean,
You'd probably have to wait your turn. Yeah.
Okay, because I was actually about to scream, "Don't hit it! It will
I've
fuck up your
misunderstood you,
weapon."
Lama. Sorry, I misunderstood you.
Yes.
Um,
Out of roll question, should I have shouted, "Don't hit it
Yeah,
with your
yeah.
hammer"? It will
I
destroy
get you
it.
now. Outside of the initiative, technically speaking, no. I think we're going to go from technically speaking as much as we
Normally-
can. So, what would you?
normally, if it ever comes to that situation and it's literally more than like a single syllable, you don't have time to say it.
Yeah, you're.
You might be able to say no, like really fast,
Ah.
like a half a second,
I
or
get it.
like, but also you don't have time to
No,
explain
no
that.
would be
so
cool.
that,
I'd be
yeah.
cool with
As I
no.
move,
Right.
like my movement,
Yeah.
and you think
But then he'd be mid-swing, and then he'd say no, and then he'd trip, and he'd slice his own fucking leg off, or something like that. You know, it's terrible. It's terrible.
No, you read that
Wait.
completely correctly, Lama.
So if I say something bad, I'll go no, and then we could do a initiative roll. If his
If you
higher,
are in time to
Yeah.
catch it before
Yeah.
I enable initiative.
I was
So
thinking more if Oh yeah, you mean like that? Oh shit! Yeah, no.
Gimbal had a counter. It's not technically a thing, but whatever. A counter surprise move or whatever. He rolled a 20 on his perception. He got to know something was coming. This thing was sneaking on you guys.
Yeah.
He rolled way higher in his stealth. There's no way you guys could have noticed him.
Oh
But
no,
20 got it. So he got that one little move, not a whole round, just one little move outside of initiative before initiative started. So if you're in that situation, totally, multiple people sometimes can. If you can think fast enough, you know.
That one I was thinking about, but no, I was the one I really wanted to react to was Tiberius hitting it with his iron hammer, because we already know my intelligence is high. I wanted to scream no if I want to stop him. If he rolls initiative there and I roll and he's higher, then he's not going to bother with me. I was thinking more like that. Is that good?
Right. I think we can do that. We can do that going forward. And I think we're going to have this as it is now. And there is something I'm going to give you guys each as well going forward. Something I also forgot to give. This is a retcon of what you would like to do for that one turn of yours. I'm going to give you each one retcon, one change. If you change your mind, going forward here, we're not going backwards now. So going forward, one retcon for each of you in this entire campaign. This gives you one little breath of fresh air for making a mistake. Otherwise, we're going to just plow on through and we make decisions as they come because you're in the middle of combat. So
that's fine.
nice question. Nice one, Slama. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
What would you like to do this time? Thinking you should have acted sooner. Perhaps you'll say something next time. But right now, you need to do something to help your friends.
I will say, run, you fools! No, I'm kidding. I'm holding my staff as it's also my walking staff. So I'll grab it at the very end of it and swing it as hard as I can against this creature. And let me roll the normal.
You have to be within 5 feet for that, is that right?
I think I am. Let me see.
You need to move a little closer.
You're not. Yeah, you're not within 5 feet.
I am.
No, you're about 7 feet. I can see here, that's 5 from the creature, and you're just out of reach from it.
No.
Mm.
Bloody shit.
Just a little bit.
Jump.
Yeah, you're
You've got
like
movement.
the whole.
You've got movement. You've got movement.
Yeah.
In that case.
Yeah, if I put another one down, you've got the space.
Yeah,
that you have
one of the circles is 5 feet, so.
So
in that case, oh shit! Sorry, I think I just grabbed you.
I'm going to turn something down. I'm turning my stream down a little bit.
Oh, I think it stopped anyways. Oh, I can't hear it.
No, it's going.
Okay, can you guys readjust the stream?
No, I'm liking it. Hyping me up.
Okay, it is stopping and starting now. It's going into a rhythmic.
That doesn't make sense. I was moving it, it's like, I don't hear shit, bro. And then I'd hear it, and I was like, ooh, there we go.
Well, in that case, I'll sprint towards the creature and whack it with my staff. Okay, a movement there. I run up here. Is that okay?
That's good.
Yep. And
you can stand a little bit further back if you want.
Okay.
I think it's all snappy snap.
I don't mind that. It's
yeah,
ugly.
that's good. That's good. All right, give us an attack roll with your staff, please.
Do I? Where do I click that? Is it the
on actions?
Hit DC.
You should have hit DC.
Hit DC. Here we go.
That's it.
21.
Nice. And remember, let us know when you get those nat 20s because that's going to be like double. It's double your dice. And
I got a 19, so it was fucking close.
Good.
I go like,
good.
Yeah!
Yeah, good. Roll damage, please.
How much?
It's on the right hand side.
Slow ass can find it.
It should be on the right-hand side of your hit DC.
I have 2.
Oh,
You have it in. You have it in both hands, do you? Or do you have it in one hand?
No, I have
I'll
them
give-
both.
Yeah, 1d8 then. Roll a 1d8.
Okay. There you go. 8.
8 max damage. You screech your halfling scream, and you bring down your wizard's staff on this thing's back, and you deal it a chunky amount of damage.
Cool.
And this thing's not fucking happy. It's bleeding, and it's got this glue all over your staff. The crystal of your staff is no longer gives that purplish sort of hue. It's just like slimy, a bit yellowish, and this thing screeches out. Would you like to do anything else? I think that's a lot of things there. You do have movement, but you will be susceptible to an opportunity attack.
I don't know. Am I within range to kick it? No, I just used all my force to swing my wand. I mean my staff.
Yeah, I think that you've used mostly everything there. You can give it a kick, but I think maybe we're going to move along there from the.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a little halfling, so that's pretty much all I can give.
Yeah, that's good. We'll give you a kick next time, but I think you did a lot there. Cool. So just before the start of this rust monster's turn, Rosemary, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure. Let's roll, right?
Perception, yeah. Nice. You can see another rust monster coming down from
Excellent.
above,
Wow.
just over here.
These things are
Nice.
tank.
This thing is going to go nearly to you,
Oh, awesome. Lovely.
and I'm going to have a look here if it has any range. Yeah, it runs up. It's bounding towards you. You can see it snarling, it's salivating. It's getting ready to attack you. While this other one here sees that it's in a bit of danger. It's just been hit over the head by this clobber of a club. But it knows it's okay to a certain extent. But it's injured, it's hurt, it's not happy about this situation. As it makes its attack on this halfling that has just tried to hurt it. And we get a 15, a plus 3, 18 to hit Inspector Flew.
Ouch.
Oof.
Ouch
11.
indeed. You don't have your mage armor up, do you?
No.
This thing deals 3 piercing damage to you, and as it bites into your leg, just near your calf, it doesn't get into the muscle itself, just into the flesh, and you manage to pull your leg away. It ends its turn, snarling as much as it can. Gimbal, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to try and get the creature's attention. I want to take out my dagger and with one hand, with my crossbow hand up in the air, I want to hold out my dagger and just kind of like wag it in front of me while slowly edging, maybe like inching backwards a little bit to see if I can
you know, entice
Okay.
it, because, you know, the rust monsters aren't. They're just hungry, man.
I'm going to have you roll nature. But I'm gonna have you roll it at disadvantage because you guys, this thing's nearly dead. It's not happy. It's not really hungry. It's like
Is it? Is
angry.
it? Is it? Is it?
It's angry. It's very, very angry.
You know? Okay.
So roll nature at disadvantage.
Just
I
not
was
like
not going to
disadvantage.
survive this.
Oh wow! You can actually. Oh,
Like
that's
it.
cool.
Yep, pretty cool. I like D&D Beyond. You don't seem to be able to pull this thing's attention. It's just finished attacking this halfling, and it's looking up at this big, beefy orc in front of it that's also looking to pummel it.
Okay, so about how far back do I manage? Do I end up taking any steps back, or is it just not moving at all?
You take some steps back as well. Okay.
Well, no, like I said, I was gonna try and like inch
Yeah,
backwards.
okay,
Like,
okay.
but like I want to.
Sorry.
I want to. Yeah,
I wanna,
like I'm
no,
trying to.
Hold on. I've translated
know.
that properly now. I made a mistake in interpretation. I'm gonna have you roll nature again. This time not at a disadvantage, but you're going to make an attack of opportunity against you. Does that sound alright?
Well, no, that's all, like I don't want to take like steps back. I'm trying to like inch back and get it to not look at the squishy
You make
guy.
about that far. You're still within range.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's what I want to know. We're fine. Do I have other action?
You have movement, you have a bonus action.
Okay, I'd like to give Bardic Inspiration, and that's exactly how I do it. By the way, that's my
Nice.
verbal component.
How many
Feel
is
so
it?
inspired.
It's for the Bardic Inspiration is specific. Rosemary.
Just one person, right?
Yeah, it's only to one person per.
Okay. Rosemary, you have
I got
you guys should
I have a
you guys
what?
should all have notes or a notepad or word pad or something. I've
I
got
use sticky notes.
lots of
The
pieces of
sticky
paper.
notes that comes with Windows is
Sticky
great.
notes.
I have my brain and
No, no,
really
sorry,
No, I don't trust that shit. I don't trust that shit at all.
I'm opening up Notepad, don't fucking
There
worry.
you go.
Analog
Make
bullet.
it easy. Type in your name and save it under your name, and then you've got it. I have a pen and paper and several papers and books.
Wait, what do you say? Bardic Inspiration?
You get yourself 1d6 that you can roll at any time to add to an ability score or an attack roll. Is that correct?
It's ability check, not ability score. Ability check, attack roll, or a saving throw.
Saving throw as well. Okay, nice.
Okay.
And how long can they?
Oh, wait, very specifically, after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. Like, you have to decide to use the Bardic Inspiration before the DM
Yeah, yeah.
tells
Thank you.
like, if it passes or not.
Okay.
Right. Gimbal, is that the end of your turn?
Well, yeah, you know, I'm still within touch, within 5 feet, so it's not like I can really run away or anything like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna bring my arm down and just like have the dagger and the the dagger and the hand crossbow just kind of ready as an angry dwarf would. You know?
Tiberius, you're up now. Rosemary, you're up next.
Alrighty, I'm.
So on deck is up next. So Rosemary, you're on deck. Tiberius, you've just seen your dwarven companion, your halfling companion, run up this old-looking wizard and hit this thing just as hard as you hit it. And you actually like raise an eyebrow. You're quite impressed. And you notice your other companion on your right-hand side try and lure it away. It doesn't seem to be working. He's using his brain. You have an interesting crew with you. You're up now. What do you think you want to do?
Okay, I would like to ask you a question. Since I don't know. If I do a cantrip, does that act as like my action? can I still
Does
do
it
an
say
attack?
what is the casting time of the cantrip?
Oh, that's a minute.
What does it say? It says 1 action, 1 minute, or what?
No, one minute.
What is it? What spell is it?
Mending.
It's action, I think. Let me just have a look.
Okay, I should actually just like leave it. Let's
It doesn't actually say.
Yeah, it says
I would say it's an action.
okay.
It's gonna take a minute to. Oh, right. A minute casting time. Yeah, it's not an action, it's even longer.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanna inflict wounds upon this close Rustmaster.
Nice. It's a good spell.
I just hope it hits. Let's see. Let's go. Oh yes. 16.
Yes. Can you describe what you do and you use the spell's description? Just replace you with I. I can't really remember the spell.
I am making a melee spell attack, so I'm putting the spell around my fist, and I'm just like clobbering it. On a hit, it will take 3d10 necrotic damage.
Please roll your damage.
Let's see. Inflict wounds is there. 19.
Whoa, you have this aura. Is there anything else to the spell, by the way? For
It
future-
levels up.
Okay.
Hang on, I
So
can't
you have
do this.
You have an aura. What's it cost 12 twice?
No, I just
No, it's 3d10. That's 19 damage.
no,
You
I
have
clicked
this
the code
aura
once, so the slot went away. Sorry.
of green energy circle around your fist, and this energy starts to condense at the precipice of your fist, just in front of it, and you bring your arm across in an arc that smashes this thing's head deep inside itself. Your arm is now inside the body of this creature. It's dead.
Sick. And as I kill it, I shout, "I killed the first one. Let's finish them all off."
Nice. You can use your bonus action to try and scrape him off with your boot.
Scrape
You
what
can
off?
punch the other one with him.
I-
Your fist has literally
Oh.
penetrated his thorax.
Okay, yes. So then
An
in the
abdomen.
my bonus action, I would like to remove this filthy monster from me and move. How far can I go? I'm moving towards my dear rat mouse friend. Sorry, Rosemary, to assist her. And with that, I end my turn.
Nice. Okay. That was fantastically done. Rosemary, this thing's just been obliterated just a ways from you, but you've noticed another one coming up on you, on your rear, and your friend has charged towards it. What are you planning on doing? What would you like to do?
Can I cast Firebolt at it?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Let's
Okay.
wreck this
Uh,
thing.
I'm sorry. Can I just real fast? We all know about the second one.
I don't know. Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I think I should have taken more track of that, but I think you would notice it now if you're looking around.
Oh, also, I did spend a couple of seconds talking to Mark a few minutes ago. I literally might have missed it. I didn't know that I knew that there was a second one,
Right.
which is why I tried to like do
You
the
didn't.
calm up. Okay.
You didn't. Rosemary saw it here, and then coming running over to here. By this stage, I would say that.
Okay. By the time it's
You're all
over here, I
aware.
guess
Yeah.
that you.
Yeah, you're aware
Okay.
of this.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Grace, did you come within the actually close to it like this? Or was it over here? I think it was here. Yeah, I think
a
it
bit
was here.
further. Yeah.
I
About.
don't know. I think I moved towards it
I think it's there.
close enough that I could.
I thought it was like there. It It was like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Roll attack on the.
To hit, I got 25 on 19 plus
I'm-
6.
I'm putting my stream down again. I just realized I needed to do that earlier.
Yeah, I had to also adjust.
I'm gonna just adjust a little bit. Okay, it should be good now. Okay, cool. You got A. Let's have a look. See.
Or to hit.
25 to hit.
Yeah.
You let out this purple
Good hit.
flare from your arms, and you deal it how much fire damage?
8.
Nice.
8 fire damage as this thing gets hit in the eye. Anything else you'd like to do?
I want to say something like, guys, he's weak. Let's continue hitting him. Well, not hitting him. What the fuck am I? Anyway. Yeah, let's keep attacking it.
We'll do. He.
Right. Inspector Clue, what would you like to do? Rosemary, you want to use any of your movement?
I'll move backwards a little bit. Yeah.
What is
Like
that?
to her.
Let me put a ring on this. Or it's dead. Okay. Inspector Clouseau, you're up. Gimbal, you're on after the monster.
See. I need to comprehend this skill a bit better. If I cast Mage Hand, am I able to do an action with it instantly?
I don't think you can attack. I think it says it there specifically. Let me have a look.
It's a utility.
You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate objects, open doors, containers, stow, retrieve items,
hand
pour the
can't
contents
attack.
into a vial. The
I
hand can't attack, it
I
says
know
there.
that.
Yeah.
I was planning on.
You use
picking
your
up-
action to command it. Yeah.
I
do
was
something, man.
planning on picking up a stone and whacking the creature with it.
Okay,
that
you
not
can use
an
it.
attack?
You can pick it up, but you can't attack with it. No.
Oh no, I can't. Okay, shit.
No. You can drop
In
the
that
stone
case-
on its head, but it's not going to do much.
Of course not.
I think you get
In that-
unless you get some serious height on it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay. Back in character. Thank you. It's gonna be shit. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on Tiberius because he's engaging the second monster.
Touch. That's a touch range. The range is a touch.
Right.
Also, I have something to
Uh,
say, but it'll be out of turn, so I can't continue.
In that case, I'll run up to him because he's 20 feet from me. So that's fine. So I will run up. I'm running up to you and I'm casting Mage Armor. I don't need to be in your butt. Here you go.
Oh, he thinks so.
Okay. So, as you cast this, you realize that you're not able to cast this.
Oh no!
He's wearing armor, heavy armor.
I
Oh
already
shit!
have
He
one.
doesn't need it.
Trained.
Oh bollocks! You're right.
You can't
You're absolutely
actually
right.
cast it. You can retcon that if you like.
I'm actually gonna give him lower then, or it's completely redundant.
You can't.
No.
Don't think you
What?
can.
I
Let me
can't
double check.
even. Oh, major armor.
Catch a living creature who isn't wearing armor.
Who isn't wearing armor?
Okay. In that case, I'll just run up and hide behind him.
I have my shield
Okay,
out.
cool.
Hello, my. What are you, my halfling friend? Hello.
Watching your
really-
steps.
You can ready an action if you want.
I have my staff and I am within sprint distance, so I'm fine with that. I'm completely useless this round.
Okay, fair enough. You know, you can cast mage armor on yourself. It'll last 8
Actually,
hours.
I'll do that. It is touch as well. I forgot that.
Not
I'll
a not
cast it for myself.
concentration. Nice.
Oh yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cool.
Do I have to roll? No.
Nope.
No. Okay.
You can adjust it. You can go to your AC, click on it, your armor class,
Can you?
In the top middle, click on it, and on the right-hand side, you should have customize.
Customize, yes.
Doing your maths, I think it works up to 14 AC. I'm not entirely.
Override
10 plus your...
this magic bonus.
So, override AC, just enter the amount there.
14.
Is it 14? Is that what it works out to?
I need to look. Hold on. Right.
What are we doing?
Mage.
Mage armor.
13 plus its
plus
dexterity modifier.
dexterity.
So,
One.
14.
14.
Dex is...
Yes.
So now you have an AC of
Okay.
14. Cool. Yeah. This rust monster sees you coming, and he's gonna take a big snap at you. Seems a little bit smaller than the other one, different sized one, but just as ferocious.
Oh,
And we're gonna roll a 9 plus 3, it's 12. You manage to actually kick it in the side of its head and do a little sort of like a small like pirouette, and you managed to block this creature.
Who's making the dance?
Me, you're DM. The creature ran up, snapped at you. You just twirled yourself with a little roundhouse kick block to move its head off course, and it misses you.
There you go.
You are now up, Gimbal.
Okay, they've got. Okay. I am going to use my move, and while I'm using my move, I'll say 1, 30. While I'm taking my move, I'm gonna try and kind of yell for them to calm down, that the creature could be an asset to us.
What?
What are you gonna? It's rather just okay. You can speak. What do you want to say?
No. I'm saying, calm down. This creature could be an asset to us.
Hectic.
Right, this is your act. This is going to be considered your action.
Yeah, no, I'm walking over, I'm talking, and,
Right.
I'm not gonna take my shot, so I'll use my bardic inspiration, my bonus action, on our big boy Tiberius.
Nice. So,
remember, this is the
Tiberius.
man who just licked a rock.
Hey, that doesn't mean rock licking does not denote a lack of intelligence. If anything, it means I'm smarter than you, because I know that licking rocks can tell you things.
Tiberius, you're up. You've just heard your friend say, "Hold on, you can use this thing." Sorry, Blaze. I'm going to try and let you guys know. Rosemary, you're on deck. Blaze, Tiberius. You've just heard your friend tell you that this could be useful, but then again, you're feeling ready to smash tonight. I mean, today. What do you want to do?
I'm so ready to fucking murder this thing. So, Gimbal, I'm turning to you and I'm like, how certain are you we can get this thing to work?
This is an action.
Yes, I know. It's frustrating,
just so you do
so
know.
unholy. I'm talking to this dwarven man instead of using my fist. But alright.
I'll let you give him a short answer.
Not really.
Okay, well, that's my turn used, so I'm trusting you.
You can use your bonus action to
I
kick him in
would
the
like
face if you want or
to
something.
start. Okay, here's another question, but that leads up to my action. Mending. Can I mend my warhammer that was spat on, or did the wiping it on the grass like fix it, or like?
Okay, so you look at your warhammer and you see that a large chunk of it's corroded away, but it still seems to be decent enough. You've got -1 to damage on it.
Okay, but mending, this spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch.
You'll have to take a closer look later.
Okay, sick.
What do you
Unless you want to sit down and do that, but you use your action.
side? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Oh, it's an action because it's a cantrip. Oh wait, then
And it's a minute. It's a minute.
yeah,
It's not an action,
I
it's a
was
minute.
willing to just sit down
10
and
actions. It's 10
maybe
actions.
10 actions. No.
It's literally, it's 10 actions, 6 seconds
Okay.
per turn.
I wave off this creature and end my turn.
Alright, Rosemary, you've, there seems to be some confusion amongst your ranks, but,
I'm at a fucking loss as to what to do now that you said don't attack it. Like, are we?
you are here in the middle of the forest with a newly formed group of people. Some decisiveness needs to take root and to be afoot here. How do you feel about your actions? What is it that you're going to do? Inspector Clue, you're up next.
If this creature's useful, can I like attempt to walk up to it and tie it up with a rope?
You can. Are you close enough to get to it?
Maybe. Let me see.
30 feet.
35, I think.
Yeah, I've got 35 and he's 20 feet away, so I can
Yeah, you can use your
Up to
action to
him.
try and bind it with a rope.
rope. Yeah.
Let me have a look. Okay, I have to look this up. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to stop the flow of action.
No.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're all learning. Don't worry.
Funny, I didn't even put 5e in, and it just said, it just came up as DnD stuff. It's like, okay, cool.
What? Wait. What is that? 5.
5th edition.
Ah. Do you have it?
That's what we're playing.
Okay. Cool.
It's the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons. I have the books. I'll put it on. You guys must read the player handbooks. They're helpful. Dexterity check, and I'm going to set the DC
Dexterity.
on the hit DC of the creature. So I'm going to ask you for a dexterity, so a D20 plus your dexterity mod. So just
Is
click your
that-
dexterity mod.
Dexterity mod at the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit.
You try and maneuver this rope around, but this thing is it's like flailing all over the place.
Awesome.
Can't seem to get a footing on it.
Oh no, not if I roll a fucking 3 plus 2, so 5. That would certainly not be ideal.
Womp womp.
Bonus action?
Oh.
Can I pass the rope to Tiberius as a bonus action? See if he
I'll
can
allow it.
attempt to. There we go. So I'll just remove the rope from my inventory.
Okay, should I add it into mine, or am I just holding it?
It's
I'd say right now, Tiberius, on your turn, you're going to choose whether or not to take
Okay,
this rope from.
okay.
okay. It's rope hempen 50 feet. So
But you can remove it from your inventory so far.
okay.
You can take a note of that. We're keeping it in cash. It's in the RAM. It's in the RAM. And
Can we just take a moment to appreciate how physics is acting like a no-nonsense circuit judge who was about to retire, then got a TV show? Watch yourself, counselor. No, I love it. This is great.
Good. I'm glad. Yeah, we must try. I'm just trying to be as impartial as possible. And
You are.
I threw a challenge at you guys, and you guys are handling it interestingly. Clue,
Out of game, this is pretty fucking wild for day 2, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Clue, you are up.
Oui, mon ami. That is French.
Yes, that was good. It was awesome. It didn't.
Chris
It was
doesn't exist here. You're crazy.
Okay.
Franca here.
Can I do a bonus thingy?
A bonus action, yes.
Yeah, bonus action.
I'll allow you guys to do bonus actions before your actions, as long as you do your action as well.
Yes, I will. Bonus action, I will equip my bright green hempen rope.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Can I
I
equip it?
remember
I
that.
can't equip it.
Absolutely. You can pull it out as a free action. I'll give you
I
that.
can pull it out, yes. I can't equip it literally, but there's no box for it.
I'll count it as a bonus action because you have to rummage around and actually pull this cloak out of your bag.
I pull it out, and for your knowledge, I also have a hot pink one.
And you pull out your green one. Nice. I also have a hot
Yeah.
pink one. You know, your halfling companion says to you and the universe in general and himself as he pulls out this green one.
I also have a hot pink one. I pull out the green one, and my bonus action. So that's my bonus action, and then I will jump out behind Tiberius, and I'll try and rope the creature.
And you pull out your robe and you're going to robe the creature. Roll a dexterity
Dexterity
check for me, or yeah,
rope.
roll dexterity.
13.
14
sorry,
against
14.
its AC. This thing wriggles and writhes and tries its absolute best. However, you manage to just get it hooked on one of its hind legs. It's got those sort of back pieces like a grasshopper on the legs that hooks onto cloth and stuff. You manage to catch it onto those little teeth, and it wraps itself in a circle to try and see what's got its leg. And you come up lucky here. You just managed to entangle this thing in its cloak. You now have it restrained. And I can give you what that is, but I forgot what restrained actually means. I'm confusing it with prone. I'm definitely confusing it with prone. So this thing can't move,
Yield.
can't cast spells. Its movement has become naught. Oh, okay. It can attack, but its movement has become naught. It
Oh.
cannot move.
Does it
Alright.
attack with the same? Like, okay, never mind. I answered my own questions.
Everything's the same. It can attack, but its movement speed is reduced to naught. That's all restrained is. And attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Ah,
Attacks have disadvantage.
okay, that was
And
actually
the
the
creature
question.
has disadvantage on saving throws. Wow, is that real? Let me look that up. That was in the wiki. Let me go to DnD Beyond. It can count benefit from bonuses. Attack rolls against creature advantage. Nice, cool, good. It's restrained. Advantage against it with attack rolls.
Nice.
all right.
That bitch.
Right, take that bitch, she says as the Rust Monster gets. He is now blind. Oh my god, it's like it would be double disadvantage, but that doesn't exist. He does not like the fact that Tiberius has murdered his companion. And
Be
he's going
shit
to
about
take
it.
a swipe at Tiberius. I want to make sure that it's the correct that's +3 on a 7. It's a 10. It actually manages to make the same swipe at you, and you just like hutter, hutter, and then like back on it as it blindly swipes at you. Kimball, you're up. Tiberius, you're up next.
Sweet.
Okay, so first I'm gonna go up next to it from behind. I'm going to move to continue fastening the rope, getting it down. I'm gonna wrangle this bitch as much as I can. I'm gonna wrangle it.
Properly so that it
You
can
know,
get out.
try and rope it down, and I'm gonna try and are the antennas like still flying around?
It's covered up by a robe.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So that's perfect. Okay. Then that's great. I'm just gonna move to like continue like wrangling it up and shit like that.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action at the end, I'm gonna give Clue my last Bardic's inspiration. So nobody's used it now, and everybody has 1d6 for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so you finish tying it up. You freely inspected Cluzo's hands from it. You free your own hands from it, and how do you give him inspiration?
Oh no, you include the inspiration there.
Yeah, what do you do? How do you do it? Do you give him the power?
I actually don't need a verbal component to use the bardic
I
inspiration.
mean, like,
Of course
you
you
can
do.
give him a flower,
I don't need to do anything.
or turn him and
Of
say
course
you
you
look
do.
pretty, or you have
Except
to
for,
give
like-
him inspiration in a way.
Yeah, but I don't
You can
like
wink
have
at
to-
him. You can
I don't have to
No.
do like anything specific, so like
No,
scat is
no,
fine,
no,
right?
no.
Is
That's
scat
great.
fine?
Yeah,
Like, you know?
He scattered, dude. He scattered back. Why are you even asking?
you have to do it in a manner that speaks to me and any other individual you do it to.
So I'm assuming that everybody
Look, if you do very, sorry, I spoke over you.
I was just about to say, like, can I like now assume that every time I scat at somebody, I'm going to assume they think it's fantastic or something like that?
Which is scat back.
It's going to drastically affect my personality.
Maybe,
No.
but you notice that Inspector Cluzo turns around and scats right back at you, baby.
Okay, this is fine.
Tiberius, you're up. This monster's been wrapped around, it's been tied off, no one seems to have their hands on it. And it's in front of you, snarling. What do you do?
I don't know, you guys have been so focused on tying it up that we haven't even discussed why we're tying it up. And
Well, I guess now that it's signed up, can I actually take a moment to explain it?
okay, it's not your
Um,
turn, so I will graciously use my turn to ask you what is our plan with this
What
creature.
the flying fuck?
What
now?
So generous, Tiberius. Wow, you're so generous.
Oh, are you holding?
Is that
the
your
rope
answer?
though?
Is that what you And your answer is
Okay. So as I'm finishing tying this creature off, and Tiberius is asking like, so why did we do this anyway?
As he grabs the rope that Rosemary is handing him.
Yeah, you know, it's gonna be basically anything this creature touches turns to rust. And if
That's
we
about as much as I'm
can,
gonna let you say.
okay, yeah.
Oh, thanks, physics.
With my bonus
Response.
action, I flick Gimble's freaking ear, telling him to speak faster, bozo.
Sorry, but I'm gonna allow you to say one more little thing after that.
No, it's fine.
It's a perfect weapon.
Yo,
He's just hungry. He's just hungry.
I wanna
For
kill his
metal.
friends, dude. But let's continue.
And okay, so you've used your action. Would you like
With
to do
my
anything with your
movement.
bonus action? Or your movement?
I'm moving. I think I'm going towards where he came from. There.
As you lunge out, as you walk out away from it, it
Oh,
lunges
yes.
at you. But just misses. It's kind of blind. It rolled a 18 plus 3, but then it rolled a 13 plus
Oh, thanks,
16. Doesn't hit.
bully.
Cool. As it's just taken its opportunity to tick blindly at your companion. This thing's been properly secured now, Rosemary. It's up to you to do something. What do you do?
Don't really know what that is to do. Can I like look around and just to ensure there's no other of these monsters hiding?
Roll perception for me, please.
Yes.
Oh god, no.
What?
Roll perception, please.
What's perception again?
Skill.
19 plus 3.
Sure.
This thing that has been, these two things that have been attacking you for a while,
Mhm.
they seem to have been the only ones around as you sort of feel things have become a little bit more
Yes.
under control.
A little bit more under control. Alright.
The battle is now seemingly over. This thing is
Okay.
still snarling randomly at you guys, trying to take a swipe at anyone who
Mm-hmm.
comes near it.
The battle music has faded away.
What would you like to do?
Can I take my rope back from Tiberius? So that I still have it in case I get in trouble.
Oh, you asked me.
Tiberius, may I have my rope back, please?
Tiberius is also 30 feet away.
Yes, but is it not?
Can I-
Yes.
Can I walk over to him
Yeah.
with my movement
He's
and
gonna.
ask him for my rope back?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm guessing a 9 doesn't hit.
What do you mean a 9 doesn't hit? Oh,
You.
no. Oh, from the creature. Yeah, no.
Yes.
No.
No, armor class is 12.
Huge snaps, but nothing comes of it.
This blind ass
Okay.
creature.
While you guys are seemingly deciding what to do, initiative has ended. If you guys would like to do some things,
Okay.
but just before that does, because initiative might not end, it's going to make an attack at disadvantage on the robe. Does the robe have a DC?
Yes, I think it. Well, my one did, but I don't know about if it was
A
different.
rope does. So it's
Yeah.
20, but this is disadvantage. Ooh,
Dude,
that doesn't
I've been
advance
trying to
11.
say.
DC's
We talking about
17.
robes?
Mhm.
No, Llama's got a robe.
No, it,
But
is
he's
it
wearing
accurate?
this thing-
It is rope, bright green,
There's
hempen.
one. There's
No,
one.
he's using his robe that he bought from the merchant.
no rope.
Rope.
Rope. Oh, I thought you.
No, he said rope.
Oh, you wanted to buy a hot pink rope from the merchant.
Rope. I bought
I see.
Oh,
I
rope.
misunderstood
Sorry.
that. Oh my god, indeed.
Oh Jesus!
Um,
Should I have paid more?
It is. No, you paid what I asked you to make it what it was worth. So you maybe should have paid more. I'm gonna have to double check that.
Cool.
Who's making that?
I
Rope, not
bought.
robe.
Sorry, rope.
Okay.
It could come out, and
Yeah,
rope is.
rope hempen. Rope has 2 hit points and can be burst with a DC 17 strength check.
Right. So now that I know
And it
rope,
costs 1 gold piece. I don't know how much the fucking.
robe costs.
rope.
Maybe you get some money back.
Can I
Okay.
just
Shit.
quickly go
That's
and
okay.
check when my mom's doing dinner, just so
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
aware.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even remember how much I paid for it.
Actually, I think it came out of. It may have came out of. Did I pay for his stuff or not?
No.
16 strength against 17 does not break it.
It doesn't matter. If there is a difference in cost, Gimbal was offering to pay for anything else, so if there is a difference in
Check
cost,
now.
you can put it out of Gimbal's. Because he was offering to pay for anything. So
How
I
are
mean,
you
I
so
believe-
balling, dude?
I told you, the wizard.
But he paid you beforehand.
The wizard paid him in advance to assemble a crew to do a job.
That's why you had 20.
I didn't know it was a pie type of job. It's a job though.
Okay, no
Blow
fair. Yeah,
job,
for
pie
sure.
job, what job?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a pie
Good
job. I
job.
thought it was like maybe a bank job or
Okay, okay.
no, it's a pie job. It's a pie job.
A cream pie job.
Sure.
Well, no, actually, we're kind of.
Why does Rosemary have so much money?
Because she never bought anything.
Dude, I have. Okay, but my
Oh.
backstory disallows me to have money.
Yeah,
but still. I was.
How much do you have?
I have 0 smackaroonies.
I have 6 gold, 2 silver, and blah blah.
Yeah, I know, I see. It's quite interesting. There's different currencies.
You spy on me?
Yeah. You can add lifestyle expenses. That's hilarious. I am wretched. No, not really. I'm just saying what it
I'm-
means. That's hilarious. Other wretched people covet your armor, weapons, and adventuring gear. I love it, dude. What happened to my... I had a love letter. My love letter has disappeared.
From
Oh, there, other
where?
possessions, a love letter. I don't know, my character just has a love letter.
Other possessions. Where the fuck you find that?
Inventory.
Well, that's interesting, seeing as you can't remember anything.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. That might come into play later on. Foreshadowing.
Ah.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, I saw it last time, and I was wondering. I initially
Yeah,
thought something
wondering.
else, but I was very mistaken.
Don't wonder. Act.
Yeah, I did, and then I was like, oof, okay.
I have dinner in like 3 minutes, so
That's great. We can take a break. Let's just have a look here. Is there anything you guys want to do with this creature? What are you guys going to do?
Okay,
I want to murder the
I'm
shit out
going
of
to
it.
just continue securing it, and I'll grab some of the good metal from the scraps before, and I'm gonna leave it kinda in a pile somewhere away from the creature.
Okay.
What are you doing in a barrel?
I want to grab up the, like any of the scraps from the weapons that we found before.
I also have something I would like to do. Since we're now not fighting anymore, there's some chill. I want to mend my weapon. And if possible,
What does mending say?
let me get there.
I know what it says. Let me,
Spells mending. This spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, two halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. As long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
yes, mending can fix weapons and armor so long as the breaks are no more than 1 foot in any dimension. This was not. This was like the corner of your thing. Yeah. You put your hand over the tip of your warhammer and you have a faint glow of energy in the place that there was once metal as it slowly restores itself. Right, you guys are gonna...
Wow.
I think we're gonna have a little break there.
Yep.
Okay, so this thing's managed to break free in the time that's been passing while you've been mending your weapon. And it is bolting.
Oh, okay, great. So
Wait, I was busy. I immobilized it before I started doing the things.
Yeah, he was literally tying it
Alright.
in the time we were.
Yeah, it's tired. Tired more.
Oh, but it's rolls. We can't stop what
It
happens.
rolls like every action. A minute is 10 turns.
Did we actively?
So in the time you're trying to do this, it's broken free from its other restraint. You can try and get it tied up again if you want. It's going to try and bolt. And put the new battle music back on.
Well,
I just ran away. Lol.
Well, if it's still there and there are still ropes attached to it or whatever.
Hold on to one of the ropes. Try and prevent it from getting loose.
I have feeling that I'm, yeah, you know what? I'll let it fucking go. It doesn't matter. I'll let it fucking go.
You can make a strength check to try and hold it in place, or let it go, or make an opportunity attack when it goes.
It's, I mean, yeah.
It's a matter of attrition, and it's just not something that's going to ever go in your favor over time.
Well, I mean, okay.
I mean, you can succeed now very easily, but then like 2 minutes later, it's going to be trying to get away again.
Yeah. Okay.
I can let you roll.
No.
I can let you roll animal handling, but then again, it's going to be like.
Now that we're back and we're not taking a break and there's nothing happening while nobody's paying attention, I'll try it again and I'll be like super duper specific.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if it's breaking free, I'm obviously going to move to restrain and immobilize it again. And if it does break free, again, then as my reaction, I have my 2-weapon fighting. I'll stab it and I'll shoot it if it does break free. But I'll move to continue immobilizing.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna make it a skill contest. Excuse the dogs howling in the background. Roll a strength check against his.
9.
You got 10, literally 9 plus 1. You just managed to lose grasp of that rope as he tugs himself free and he begins to bolt. Gimbal and Clue, you both got opportunity attacks on him.
He's running.
Oh.
Gimbal, Clue.
He's attempting to escape.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm taking my 2 opportunity attacks. I had the dagger
Don't know
out
if I
and the
can knock him out.
crossbow out.
What does weapons, double weapons mastery do?
As it's a bonus action in combat, I could use both weapons as my, I guess, my main attack, and then my bonus attack, my bonus weapon, my bonus action would be my second attack. I guess that's how it outlines it. Because it's a bonus action in combat for 2-weapon fighting, so I guess it would be my main attack.
I'll allow it as like you trying to
My
restrain it.
opportunity attack would be my main attack, but my bonus action would be my second weapon. That's the way to explain it.
Okay, now this is why. Can we have a look at 2-weapon fighting then? I will allow it regardless, so roll attacks on both of them because I'll let you ready your like bonus action in case you failed, and then use the attack as an attack of opportunity. But I don't think it works with bonus actions for attacks of opportunity. I'll look it up with 2-weapon fighting because I'm not familiar with that.
Well,
But roll both attacks anyway at the moment.
Well, the only reason that I'm saying is that the reaction is the opportunity attack, and the bonus action is the 2-weapon fighting. So it's 2 different things.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a look at while you're willing you can use it.
Unless I'm completely misunderstanding that. You know, who knows? I don't know.
No problem. I'm reading it now.
Well, the crossbow might not be doing it, but the dagger fucking better. I got 1419.
Oh, that's okay. So when you're attacking with an action, the attack action, when you take the attack action, this is a reaction. So it would be an attack as a reaction, as a bonus action. The bonus action is a reaction, not a bonus action. Opportunity attack is a reaction,
Yeah,
not
it's,
an action,
it's a separate
not
thing.
an attack. It's not an attack action,
Yeah,
which happens on your turn.
Okay, so
As I said, I still will allow it for this because you did say I want to prepare like to hit it if it's going to go away. So I'll let you like prepare your bonus action with the one, and
I see.
then attack it like as goes as an attack opportunity.
All right.
Yeah, go for it. You seem to have gathered that this thing needs somewhere between 13 and 14 to go down, to get hit rather, and things tense up a little bit as this thing tries to run past you. And
That both of the reactions hit that, the crossbow and the dagger.
yeah, I'm gonna allow that. Oh, let's have a look here. Both of them
14
hit.
and
Let me have a
19.
look. Sorry. 14, 19. Yes, you managed to shoot out with your crossbow, hitting it between the plates. You managed to deal 4 damage. I assume that was the crossbow one.
No,
As it,
4 damages for the dagger.
you deal 4 damage with your dagger as you slash it at it just before shooting it with your crossbow. Dealing how much with your crossbow?
3.
3 damage. Alright, Inspector Clue. Anything that you'd like to do as this thing tries to get away from you? Opportunity attack? Is Llama here?
Lamar?
Llama? Llama?
Thought he was.
You're muted if you're trying to speak.
Not.
Stefan? Maybe if you say his name, he will come.
Stefan. Oh, hello.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, it works. It works.
I just ran to the kitchen to get the, and
Mhm.
I don't know if I need a bonus here. Is it my turn?
You get to make an opportunity attack against this creature that's trying to escape.
I don't really know if I do that. We did catch it. Can I
Are
knock it
we-
unconscious?
Just killing this thing.
You can try and capture it again. It's up to you.
Do you have a plan, Gimbal? Do
Yes.
You have a plan with this rust monster.
Yes.
I will give you this opportunity to put forth your plan in no more than 2 sentences.
Capture it, use it as a weapon.
Do you know if it can be used as a weapon? That was like why I wanted to ask. What I was getting at, more so.
No,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Loose
We can make it drool on stuff.
Okay.
Let it loose where there's bad guys.
Make it drool on shit.
Okay. We need a stronger rope.
uh,
Or let me do some research. Okay. Whose turn is it?
I just
It's nobody's turn at the moment.
it's me for
well,
Oh,
what
for
do you think?
reaction.
It's this thing's turn in its own way. It's trying to run out. You can
Yeah, I know.
okay.
hit it or try to. You can hit it with a rope if you want.
Can I move now, or must I wait till it finishes?
We're back onto our initiative.
Okay. I'm still holding the rope, so I'm gonna tighten the rope just to see
Make
if I
a
can
strength
make it
check,
calm
please.
down. Yes. Natural 20.
Ooh.
God.
Well, this thing rolled a 4+1, so you managed to hold this thing just by the one leg, trying to run away. And
This is a halfling, right?
Yes.
this thing is about here at this stage, and you've got yourself a rope attached to this.
Oh, like leashed. I'll
That's
wear.
my rope.
It's holding in place. It is currently restrained, but not in a prone sense. It cannot move that way. It can move towards you. It has used its attack to get through these restraints, and it is going to try and attack the rope in its next turn. Can't do anything now. It's going to scratch at the rope fiercely and spit and snarl at you. Gimbal, it's you're up next.
Oh, okay. We're using the same initiative as last time.
Yeah.
The same order. I didn't see the numbers. I wasn't sure. Okay.
I deleted the numbers, but I still have them, but the order has stayed the same.
Doesn't matter.
Wonderful.
You see a bit of smoke coming from the arrow, the bolt that you shot from the tip of it, lying on the ground.
Yeah, it should be that I expected that bolt to be dissolved. But I should have. I need to remove it. What I mean to say. A second. It's not recovered. I'll do that later. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to move, grab the rope, and I'm trying to determine what skill I would use
Set a
to.
timer. Wait.
Okay. Well. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to tie it, like finesse it, like tie the legs together tight. The halfling has it held with the strength.
Roll
Now all I have to
dexterity.
do is, whip up the fucking rope real fast and like lash it down for good.
Like the
Roll a
cowboys
dexterity.
do.
Exactly. I wanna wrestle it. I don't actually want to grapple it. No, I don't. No, I want to, rope it down. Whatever that is. You tell me what to roll.
Dexterity.
Okay, cool. Make a dexterity or a strength. Make your choice. Made your choice. It's an 11. This
I
thing
rolled it
seems to be
before there was a
crashing.
choice.
It does not want to be held down. It does not want to be restrained. It wants out. It is thrashing and weaving and duking. Not liking what you're doing. You have a bonus action and some movements. I can allow you to try and pull this rope again. Still seems attached to it.
Grab the rope, leave myself a little bit of slack between my two hands, wrap it around its neck, and jump on its back. Just like, have the rope in my hands and just jump on it.
I'm going to allow that, and I'm going to make that dexterity for the attachment to the creature. But I'm going to ask you to roll that because just a d20. No bonus, because it's a bonus action. No modifiers to it. But I'll let you try it. You've used your action to try and trip it up and catch it again. Tie its leg up or something. That'll work. That'll definitely work. We're going against, I think, a 14. You manage to get a almost lasso-like rope hook around the creature's neck as you use your movement to jump up onto its back. And it is not happy about this, but you're sitting high and it's spitting.
That rodeo image becoming stronger and stronger.
I'm gonna do the bit from the end of Dr. Strangelove, when Slim Pickens is on the bottom and he's riding it and he's like, I'm gonna do the bit from the end of Dr. Strangelove.
Tiberius, you're up. Rose, you're after him.
Okay. So I'm gonna run at this thing.
This is after a minute, hey? This thing's been chowing at these ropes.
Dude, he's
For a
still
full
fucking
fucking
fixing
minute.
the thing. He's just chilling, polishing his axe. His whole.
I just
Can we
fucking
tell
love
him?
how you
Like,
how you said
why are we
Dr.
still
Strangelove.
trying to capture this thing who obviously is not going to come quietly?
We have a plan which I'm now about to make known. So I run in. I sort of want to take the place of Gimbal since I'm double his size and much heavier and stronger if I need
Yeah,
to expose
yeah,
it. So I hold it down, making sure not to get any slobber on me because that's fucking disgusting. And with my whatever moves I have left, I'm speak clue. Do that ugly laugh you've got. At least it won't try break the ropes. Thank you. I shall end my turn.
Nice worst I do.
So how would you know that he's got such a spell?
I spoke to him. Oh, let me just say,
You can ask him if he has anything.
yeah,
I'll let you know
don't
that.
you have spells that could help us in this situation?
That's
Only my wits and armor.
Only your wits and armor. Alright.
What would you like to do? Rosemary, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I said
Yes,
her.
exactly.
You've
I don't
seen these
know.
people restraining this thing. They're each holding this thing as like a wild bull. What are you gonna do?
I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck I can do.
Sit
Like,
back, take out a sandwich and just chow down on the sandwich while they fuck around? Or are you gonna join in and kill this thing or join in and rodeo this thing?
oh, if they're fucking trying to rodeo the thing, there's not a lot I can do. Like, in terms
Maybe you
of,
can. There seems
What
to
can I
be
do?
ropes attached to it still, but
I mean, I
swaying
can
about.
come and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna walk over.
Use your
and-
mighty strength.
Yeah, my -1 fucking strength, and I'll attempt to help hold the ropes down.
Make a strength check, please.
One sec. Is that saving throws or just normal?
Just roll strength.
That's yeah, at the top. 6 minus 1, 5. Going well,
Can you
going.
roll the 6? Can you roll the 6? I thought you'd won that for sure, but no. You managed to pull free from you, and it sends this rope. And I want to raise the rope. How do I raise this thing? No. There's the razor, sorry. And he ends up taking the rope in the exact opposite direction. Anything with your bonus action?
I exclaim, guys, what the fuck are we doing?
Uzo, you're up.
It's fair, Amanda. Rosemary.
Llama.
What the fuck are you trying to do?
Situation.
It's a great,
I
it's
don't-
a great plan in theory, but maybe not in practice.
We
You've got a good hold on this rope. This thing is bucking, trying to buck your bardic companion. You've got.
I'm also holding it.
You guys must also remember you've got bardic inspiration. Each of you have a bardic inspiration dice.
Yes.
You can use it before you know the outcome of something. So know that. Cluzo, what would you like to do?
Don't think my hideous laughter will do much in this for this creature. Um,
It might, you never know.
yeah. Wasn't for the don't know how I won't be able to hold it for long. It can always break free.
You are holding it very steady at the moment. You can choose to do something with the held rope that you have between your hands. You feel this thing, it's getting ready to pull back. It's in the middle of a buck trying to get this dwarf off, but he hasn't initiated it yet. And you have a chance to do something with this rope that you hold.
I'm reading.
You can hit your spells. If you can hit this thing, you can tie this thing up, and you can let go of the rope and run away. Cast a spell. I'm going to give you 20 seconds.
If
Does
it's
my
big, it just
Does
says
my
something,
comprehend
it says something.
languages allow me to speak to this creature?
I think
No.
through your experience, you realize this thing doesn't understand. You might be able
No.
it doesn't speak anything.
No. No. In that case, well... I will cast... No, that's on self. Okay, self cast. I'm trying...
10 seconds.
Okay. I will try and detect magic on this creature to see if I can
How long is
understand
it?
how
The casting
It
time on that is 10 minutes, is it?
the
Wow.
fuck it is. Yeah, that's too long. Shit. Okay, I'll fucking whack it with my staff again.
Okay, roll attack.
Yeah, I got impatient.
I'm going to
Both
put a
hands.
20-second timer on. Read your spells between rounds while other people
Oh,
are doing
Jesus
this stuff.
Christ. No, wait, I'm supposed to do the hit first, right?
Hit first,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sorry, okay, hit first. There we go.
Okay, you managed to hit the ground beneath its feet, but it's in the middle of this buck, and you didn't
Nice.
quite account for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have that as your turn. Rust Monster is going to try and buck off our dwarf friend, and he is going to roll a strength against your dexterity. So roll a dexterity for me, Gimbal, please.
Saving throw?
Just a straight dexterity. 13 he's gotten.
You sure? Because my saving throw is way better. You got a 7.
He actually is going to... I'm going to realize you've got a rope, and he's got disadvantage. He got a 13 there. And I'm going to roll again, and he gets a 9 plus 1, 10.
This is still better than the 7.
And he manages to just buck you off just over here, next to your other companion. And your rope is also next to the other rope over there. But that is this thing's turn. This thing's action as it tries to run away again. I think you all actually have an opportunity attack against it.
Llama or Cluzo is still holding onto it? Or did he...
Oh, it's going to try and move. No, it can't. Right. Got you. No, you reminded me of that. I should have.
Oh, okay. So
It's
it's
angry.
not breaking free.
It's angry. It's
just
trying.
angry.
It's scurrying along, but he did win that check on it. And I haven't used... Is it... that was the action for that. Movement. I think you've got him. You've got him for now. You used a lot for bucking that. I'm gonna let that one go with that. That's it. He's angry. He wants to get out of there. Gimbal, you're up next. Tiberius, you're after that.
Alright, I'm gonna take a step forward and I'm just gonna punch him in the face and try and knock it out.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to walk. I'm still within, I'm still within striking, right? He didn't throw me that far.
So
Just for the sake of...
how we do the non-lethal damage is once you've dealt it non-lethal damage. If you're trying to knock it out, you can now deal. You can try and attack it with weapons and stuff. You won't kill it. You might incapacitate it. So if you drop it now, it'll be incapacitated, not dead.
So I can use my crossbow.
Yes.
If I say it's not unleashed, I can just so I'll shoot it in the fucking leg or whatever or something.
So you're gonna hit it, try and punch it in the face, and I want you to give me an unarmed strike first.
Well, no, because if I can use a weapon and also
You
do
have to
non-lethal
do
damage-
non-lethal damage to it with it, and I think that counts with weapons damage. You have to that counts as lethal type damage unless you've like punched it or clevered it.
Okay, so the only non-lethal damage that I could do would be the unarmed strike, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Okay,
at it
cool. Yeah, I'll do
as
that
well.
then.
But let's go with
Yeah.
that for now.
18.
Nice. What's the damage on your unarmed strike?
2.
Being pretty angry and miffed, you walk over and irritatingly punch this thing in its face as it like snarls at you.
No, it's not.
The first damage you dealt to this creature.
No, not.
First damage he's dealt to the creature.
As a group.
No.
This is
Wait, you
No.
dealt?
No,
How much
no.
damage did you do?
No,
Tyrone?
I just firebolt to it.
Yeah, he's
Not
taken
those
8,
second one.
4, and 3.
He's taken 8.
4 and 3, yes. That's what, 13, what, 15 damage overall.
15, yeah.
Oh, right. I've got it here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the first one still as well.
That
14
first one's
damage.
dead.
This thing's not looking good. In fact, this thing is swaying to and fro, and to and fro. Gimbal, anything else you'd like to do? You've got a bonus action and movement.
punch it again if it's not down yet.
You can need to roll a normal d20 with no modifiers.
Now I feel bad. Now I just feel bad. Just a 10. I just feel really bad now. This is terrible. Oh my god.
You managed to punch it, but it just like sways with the punch to and fro with your fist as though it's dancing with your fist and it pushes you back.
Okay, before my turn's over, I'm just gonna be like, fuck, somebody do something.
This thing is very damaged and it looks like it's about to fall over and pass out. Tiberius, you have next.
I wanna also, since we're so determined to try this, I also wanna try knock it out with my fists. Like, since that's a thing we can try, I want it to be unconscious, and then I'm gonna like, I don't know, shit on his face.
Okay, unarmed strike, please.
14.
And you you just describe how you knock him out.
I ball my fist up with all this pent up frustration, and I hammer fist it down in between what I think would be like eye socket skulls, and just slam it.
You hit this thing fucking hard, and it goes down.
Full
It
bludgeoning.
immediately goes down. It sways to fro. Your timing is absolutely perfect as it throws towards you, and you whack this thing. It's unconscious. It's lying upside down, almost on its side. Let's put it upside down like that. And it is unconscious.
Okay, how does unconscious affect?
It'll wake up at some point, you don't know. It's unconscious. It's passed
For the
out.
time being. Okay.
Yeah.
With a bonus action, can't actually do much. But can we take the one rope that's still attached to it?
The initiative has ended,
Okay.
Okay.
and yeah, things seem to be alright.
Okay. Initiative's done.
Oh.
Can we please tie it up while it's unconscious?
Yes. Tiberius, would you help
Good
me
idea.
wrap this shit up?
All right.
Right.
And I'd like to take the rope. I want to start at the face, make sure the antennas are tied down and the legs are tied down. I want this, like, no fucking wiggle room.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes out, it needs to like kill itself trying. to escape.
Yeah.
With all the
Yeah.
frustration of how it went last time, once you tied it up with 2 ropes and it still managed to chew all the way through both of them, you actually just wrap every limb
Yeah.
or supposed limb or pseudo limb or body part with rope. It's literally a ball of rope with a bit of like bug-like parts visible, but only barely. It weighs quite a lot. We've used 2 ropes at the moment,
Little
wrapped them all the way
tail.
around.
We leave a little bit of a tail on the one rope.
Yeah, I have
Ropes
a.
weigh how
Okay.
much do ropes weigh?
I count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity and the weight you can push, drag, or lift.
Nice. You can carry this thing on your
Sick.
back.
Why don't we? What time is it?
What?
What time is it in the like time of day? Time of day.
Past 11.
No, in the game.
Oh, yeah, it's about midday. The sun's like somewhere in the middle of the sky. The mist has ascended now. The day is a nice moderate temperature. There seems to be, apart from this snoring going on, yeah, it seems to be a pleasant, quiet day.
There's
Well-
snoring going on.
Let's What?
Awesome.
like let's take a fucking stick. We'll put it through one of these loops in the rope, and the big guy can drag it along with us over his shoulder.
Sick. And then,
Right.
how long does a short rest take? Just as a question.
About 2 to 4 hours.
Hey, 2 to
2 to
4.
4 hours.
Okay, are we then just gonna continue on? Investigate the snoring? What's everyone's
It's the
opinion?
creature on your back. The snoring.
is the creature.
I didn't put that together. I thought unconscious creatures don't necessarily snore, but they very well could. They snarl. Let's continue our adventure. What's next?
Right. Are you guys heading off?
Well, I mean, 3 of us are injured, right?
No, 2. Oh, you
Okay.
quite
Yeah.
hurt, it would seem.
I'm quite hurt, yeah. So we can set up the tent.
It
Maybe
is-
take a long
is midday.
rest.
A long
Yeah, we can
rest?
set up the tent. We take the long rest.
How long's
Make
the
sure
long
the
rest?
creature's secured. I get the best possible healing that I could get out here. And then we can just continue on the next morning. But we set up the tent, the big tent that we got. Do a little fire. We have all the nice rations. We'll use the rest of the fucking good cheese. You know, before it goes bad.
So, okay, just as a quick, a long rest says at least 8 hours, and it's
Exactly.
midday. And are we gonna then trek in the evening?
No. We'll just pick it. We'll set up the camp now. But just pick it up tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Like first thing in the morning, we'll be all fully rested. Basically, be 2 long rests. We should get all of our spells back, and I should be able to heal these. I should be able to mend my
fully.
wounds recently. I don't think fully, but like I could definitely not be at 3 HP. Yes.
You guys set up your tents and camps, and you get some fire
In
going.
shifts, we're taking rests. The creature is definitely secured and looked after. I'm gonna jam a piece of one of the rusted ass weapons in its mouth if it wakes up. We'll give it some food. If it wakes up.
Okay.
Okay. So it's midday. You spend the day biding your times, going through different things. Is there anything anyone wants to do with their downtime?
I wanna walk around and secure the perimeter. Maybe not secure the perimeter, just ensure nothing's lurking.
Roll survival check for me.
What's that? 6.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
Awesome. I'm a survivalist, guys.
Jimbo, you can put yourself in here if you want.
It's very reassuring. I am very reassured by this thing.
Are you guys
Jimbo, you'll have to
survivalists?
bring your own character in with each of the map loads on this as well.
I'm currently just standing outside of this, just fucking confused as fuck. So don't worry about me.
Creature.
You guys have set up camp for a day and a half, starting from half the day.
Where's the creature at? Just can we put it on the map just so we know?
Oh, you've
like-
got a good point.
And
where's this thing?
during any downtime that I have, there's all those rusted metal bits that I was putting in a pile. I'd like to work on my armor project.
Tiberius, you've got this creature. It is snoring away. I want you to make... What's blacksmithing? What is it?
Performance?
Let me have a look at what you've got.
It's no, it's what is it? It's a thing.
No, I'm not going to make it anything. I think you're careful with it. And I think I'll give you a couple of days. I'm not going to tell you how many days it's going to take before you're done. But I'll say that what you do is you sit down at this campfire after having collected some wood that was lying around it, setting it up for the night ahead of time. You sit down with your armor that you've managed to procure some pieces for, little pieces of metal, and you chisel away at the rust on the metal. Takes a little time to do so. This rust, and you begin work on something. You know what it is. You seem to have purpose. Not exactly sure what you're doing from an outside perspective. Anyone else doing anything with downtime? Tiberius has secured the perimeter. He's got all
So
of rope.
secure. So secure.
I don't know. Can I take a swig from my flask or whatever?
Hey, your
Take a
water
swig
skin.
from your glass. Perfect.
Yeah, drink some water, eat some food, you know?
Right. Okay. Minus a ration, everybody.
I
And
mean, doesn't Thingy have them all in his
Yeah, I don't have
inventory?
rations.
not
Yeah, it
everybody. Clue, not Clue. Gimbal. Please.
I'm storing all the rations on my person, but I guess for now, like obviously there'd be food out.
Yeah, so you guys need to ask him for it. So don't ask me.
We're not setting up camp. We're setting out the food.
Food, please, don't
Setting out no. Setting up camp. Setting up camp includes setting out some of the smoked meat and the rest of the bread and cheese that's good.
Remove 4 rations of that kind.
Yeah.
Who's keeping watch during the night?
Well, we're doing it in shifts. I said so. Like, however, whoever's
So
first.
who wants to go first? Is what I mean.
We can do
I'll
2
go
and 2.
first.
Let's do 2 and 2. Let's do 2 and 2.
I think maybe I'll go 1-1. You guys
Enough time for it.
3-3 or whatever. Because I'm strong enough to handle it. You might have to team up.
I'll agree to that, but when it's his turn to stay up, I'll be up with him.
Anyways, fine.
You guys hang around in the campsites. Actually, what I should have done, sorry, I can do this. You don't have to repopulate it. There's the copy. And go back.
We're a bit not quite. Yep, there we go.
Thank you.
Very good. Very nice.
Yeah, you have yourselves some collective banter, you chat throughout the night, things seem to be pretty chill, awesome, some nice food. The dwarf really knows what he's doing with his food. And
Well done, dwarf.
yeah, this monster is just sleeping away. It's like it hasn't had a long night's sleep in a long time.
It's like a spa day for this monster.
Now, sometime during the night, we have about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 a.m. This time's analog to 4 a.m., whatever it happens to be.
So after one
Who's
of our
up?
long rests. Okay.
Who's up? Who's asleep? Who's in the last sleeping
I
shift?
took the first one.
And that was that I was also in the first one. So that'd be Inspector and Rosemary. But
Put yourselves in your tents.
after the first long rest, do I regain anything?
Should regain some health, is it not?
You just click on long rest at the
Oh.
top.
Everyone?
Everybody click on long rest. Yeah.
Yes, we get our
Got it.
spells back at least. That's all I know.
Spells back,
Oh,
health
and-
back.
Yeah, everything's back. Okay.
Get
Yay.
everything.
Yeah.
All auto
Alright.
as well. Perfect.
Nice.
You guys are fast asleep. What a leisurely day. You've been attacked by these two creatures, easily defeated the one, and the other seemed to not be able to be tamed or prevented from escaping, or you seem to have to end it and you didn't. You managed to restrain this thing. Although I'd like Rosemary and Crew to make a perception check, please.
Perception.
No. Skill.
Wisdom.
Oh,
16.
Natural
Plus
D20.
3, 19.
What
Oh,
is
you
the-
got a D20 and I got a 19.
Yeah.
What is nice? Okay.
He is so
This-
fucking aware.
You notice
So
this
fucking
thing.
aware.
This thing is chewing through one of the ropes. How much health does a rope have? Because it got 17. 16 plus 1.
Okay. I don't think that the chewing through the rope should be like his head should be tied the fuck down.
He's chewing through what he can get to. His head is tied in. He's got ropes around him. He's not going to be free from just chewing what he's chewing. But he's
Oh,
still trying
no.
to chew it.
but he's awake
Wait.
essentially.
Well,
Okay.
The rope has 2 hit points.
you can see he's like still a ball of strings, but he's chewing what he's got in front of him. So he's managed to break free from what's in front of his mouth directly. Just basically the gag you've got, the rope gag.
I got you.
And he's making noises. I'd say, yeah, Kimball, Tiberius, you seem to be waking up from this as well. Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
My natural instinct says just to kill it, but we've fought so long and hard.
At this
What do with this creature? Must I give it another clobber? Question mark.
check the text channel.
Yeah, I'm checking. Kind of like that.
This dick.
Pretty
What
much.
an asshole. This is so bad.
Pretty much that.
Okay. Well, who has a rope still? I think Rosemary might.
Me.
Gimbal
Yeah, I
Clue
do.
still has a rope.
What were you trying to do?
I want to use it to crocodile jaw trap bitch whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wood, a log, a log. Just put a fucking log in his mouth.
Okay. Yes. A rock maybe to make it heavy so that he has to fight even more. Like
Big ass rock.
yeah. Okay.
Like a freaking.
I see a rock here. I pick it up. I go.
It's a good rock. I can tell it's a really good rock.
It's dude. It's
I'm
the
a
best
dwarf.
rock.
Fuck you, I know.
Yeah, you know rocks. I'm not gonna let you lick this one because it's going in his mouth first. Not gonna force him to kiss you. That's unethical. I shove the rock in his mouth, and Rosemary, may I please have the rope? Bing, bing, bong. I take
Yeah,
it. Yes. Swing, chong. You did actually already say yes. And then
I roll my eyes at this attempt
your
to tame
little
this
mouse
creature
eyes,
again.
and then I wrap it like 100 million times, and then do we have anything
Take the rope out of my
stronger?
inventory again.
Kill this thing.
Okay, so now it's way down with a rock, and he can't move his mouth, and I'm even just gonna like kick him in the face as well, just to
All the while he's just going.
yeah.
And,
No,
uh,
this guy
God.
must eat a rock, dude.
How? And yeah, you proceed to fasten this thing, put a log in its mouth, which it tries to eat, but it's too big to get a.
I'm just gonna incapacitate him, or his jaw at least. You must freaking relax.
I want you guys to make a collective perception check, please.
Collective
A what?
Everybody makes a roll perception.
perception.
Mhm.
Oh lord.
We got 12.
12,
11.
13.
I can never find perception. There it is. 15 plus
18.
3. 18.
Nice.
I was nervous about making this 15, but you got it on 18 there. You managed to hear it in the background.
Fucking excellent.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
3 wolves. Grey wolves appear.
Oh, lovely.
I just tied this thing up when we could have used it.
You can't use it now.
Hey,
Yeah?
we just have to untie it first.
As an action.
Dude, the wolves, they don't have any armor. Dude, the wolves are just going. We just spent hours beating the shit out of this poor creature. I just wanted to tie it up and take it. I just wanted to tie it up and take it with us.
So
We
you
have mercilessly. Yeah,
Are
we
we
have mercilessly beaten
defending it
This
from
took
the
an hour. We're saving it from the wolves. We're gonna kill these fucking dumbass wolves, and we're gonna use this badass creature that we have captured. I got my leg. I almost lost my leg.
You are so lucky you feeding me, little man.
I got so much food. I have so much food.
Fine, okay. I have a mindset.
Please roll initiative.
Motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
I hate my
4.
life.
I got an 18.
I got, what,
7.
6 plus 2? I got 8.
I got 6.
That's
Fuck
even worse than
me.
me.
Why was 6 afraid of 7?
7, 8, 9.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Thank you, guys.
Gruesome.
You also kidnapped my grandmother, but nobody talks about that.
I wasn't aware. I'm
Cool.
sorry, bro.
That's actually the. It's actually a legitimate Microsoft joke. What happened to Windows 9? 7, 8, 9.
I never thought of
And I think they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
There is no Windows 9. There's 7, 8, and a 10 and 11.
I mean, it's a food.
Okay.
You came out of your tent putting your armor on.
Okay. I came out of my tent, putting my armor on, and then since I still have my trusty warhammer on me, I would like to move. How far is this before I say anything? 25 feet. Okay, I'm running towards this guy because he's closest to me. Hiya, Wolfie! I would like to make a warhammer double-handed strike.
Okay, please roll attack.
Ah, 12. That 7 looked like a 1, so I thought I failed.
This is with
I
your
might still-
warhammer.
Yes.
You bring your warhammer down, and this wolf just steps to the side, and it just grazes its ear, but it's like a flick of the ear.
Yeah. It's like
It doesn't seem perturbed at all. Hits the ground.
Okay.
Oh, so they're quite quick and nimble. Got it.
With a bonus action, could I ready my shield? Oh, how does the
Yeah,
shield even
you
work?
You can bring out your shield.
Awesome. That's then what I do.
Right. Movement. You've used your movement. You've got a little bit, but that'll be I think, attack of opportunity. So I assume you're not going to do that. And this wolf is going to take a swipe at you. With its jaws, it goes for you with a roll of 17 plus 4. 21 to hit, which I think is a hit.
Yeah, definite hits, even with my shield. Congrats, Wolfie.
It takes an actual chunk of flesh out of your thigh as it deals 6 damage to 6 piercing damage with its teeth.
What is
The next-
piercing? Does it do anything special? Or just
Does your
ignores?
character have any problems with piercing?
No.
There are.
Oh, okay.
You know where
okay.
that is from Luffy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
You'll
thank
find
you.
on your characters, some of them have got resistances to poison or something, piercing, whatever.
I see.
Or things that are worse off with it. Anyway, we've got these two wolves who run up. Then having a speed of 40.
Do both
I can make
or
it up
all
to
the
you.
wolves have the same movement turn? They attack in packs. Okay.
Yes, absolutely, 110% for you.
That's
And we have a gimbal attack on attack +4 to a roll of 5, so a 9. And this wolf attacks straight for you, but you are super casual as you just take a step back. And you go, I don't think so.
Wonderful. Do I take a full step back?
You can choose to not do so. With your
Oh, I'll
movement.
it will do like a parry kind of thing, you know?
Cool.
change your footing or whatever.
Yeah, a little bounce there,
Little-
backwards and
yeah.
forwards.
Playing it fast and loose, you know?
Nice. And for Rose with a +4 there to 9, which is 13.
Can
Does this
I
all fit?
can I cast shield on myself
You
as
can.
a reaction? so to stop me. Thank
You
you.
can.
Yeah,
You do.
yeah. I cast shield.
You bring up a shield of energy between you and this wolf as it gives a bite and it just snaps it like a glass window or glass door. Oh! And yeah, it is Rosemary, your turn. Clue, you're up after her.
Let me check. How long did a shield until the start of your next term? Okay, so now I don't have shield anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck. Uh. Okay, can I cast Mage Armor on myself?
Yep.
Both my spell slots, but oh well.
Does it use both?
No, because Shield uses one, and Mage Armor uses the
Oh.
other.
But it's fine. We're doing a long rest after this again. Sharp, sharp.
Yeah, so yeah, cast Mage Armor on myself, and then that makes my what is it? It's 13 plus Dexterity modifier. What's my words?
Yes.
Dexterity modifier plus 2, so my armor class I can customize. Should I put a additional magical bonus or just
Just put it as the top one, the first one on the left.
override?
Yeah.
Okay. How do I enter it?
Override AC.
Yeah.
Click
And
on
then...
the thing there and
Oh
type
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm being dumb. Yeah. Okay. And then what can I do as my I'm not sure. Bonus action. Can I call for help?
Yep.
Yeah, help, please.
Don't know if that's gonna matter.
No, it's probably not. But anyway, moving on.
You have seen your ally run off. You've noticed things going on. It's becoming intense. This creature you got bundled up is trying to get out. These wolves are approaching because of the noise it's made. And your ally has just called out for help. What is it that you do?
I need to... Please, give me 1 second. I need to read this one. I didn't think about this one.
Give me 20 seconds.
I see the timer at the bottom.
That's amazing.
Right, allow that. That's good.
10 seconds.
Oh wow. Yeah.
These are not humanoids. I can think more. So I'm gonna do Mage Armor.
Okay, good. Perfect timing.
I do Mage Armor, and as my bonus action, I pull out my dagger. Which now should be a little bit more poisonous after I dipped it in that fucking mushroom.
Hey, yes, the mushroom.
Got a nat
Yep.
20 when you did it as well, or something. 24 or something.
It was
like that.
very well slathered.
Yeah,
It was.
I did take a note of that.
Real juicy.
You look down at your knife and you see that it's like congealed and dried out, like a dried out sap, kind of. You know? And it doesn't look easy to like hide or sorry, clean up like your scabbard that you keep it in. Is it called a scabbard? I'm not quite sure.
Yes.
The sheath for your sword.
Both.
Yeah, cool. What do you do? What do you do with your blade?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I mean the
You put it out with
Yeah.
a bonus or free action,
mage.
kind of.
Yeah, mage armor.
Mage armor.
and
Mage
then-
armor. Sorry, I'm stoned.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mage armor,
Awesome.
and then
AC's
the bonus is pulling the
AC's
knife.
AC's at 14.
I need to increase my armor to 14 Done.
Kindle, you're up next.
Yeah, so
Tiberius, you're
I'm-
up after Gimbal. You're on deck.
yeah, so main portion of my action, I am going to I mean, it's a hand crossbow, so I should be able to like put it like right in front of its face and shoot it. You know, it's like right there. I should be able to shoot this thing in the face. I'm gonna shoot this thing in the face.
Okay. This is a ranged weapon. You have disadvantage on your attack when you're this close. So with that knowledge in mind, do you want to still shoot it at point blank range?
And I don't have point blank shot.
This hamster. That was funny.
Ranged attack.
Yeah.
There's Symmetra.
Where does it show the range? Is there a minimum range?
No. 5 feet. Sorry, yes. If it's within 5 feet, it is a disadvantage with a ranged weapon. Because
Oh,
the
so
things,
that 5-foot step would have actually been a pretty fucking good move.
it probably would have been. When your DM gives you things for free, you should probably accept them.
Yeah, but this
We
get bonuses for point blank shots.
can talk about that later. As I said, we can add things we want or remove things that we don't want. But for the sake of moving things along, let's stick to how the rules are written. And yeah, we can
I'll
discuss
take the
things.
disadvantage.
Cool.
I'm still gonna show me. My dagger's not out. I only have my. It's out in my thing,
Huh?
but it's not actually. No, it's in. My crossbow is the only thing that I actually have out. So yeah, I'm still gonna make the attack, and I'll roll at a disadvantage. Juice. Fuck me.
Look at that. That's pretty damn good.
That's absolute bullshit. You know it. I know it.
That is
The
beautiful.
monster knows it. The wolf knows it.
This wolf has taken a big swipe at you. You've stepped out of the way, and you bring out your crossbow, and it takes another swipe at you, but you just casually move your crossbow up and down, and as you bring it down, shoot, and manage to land it right in the neck, at the shoulder, dealing it how much damage?
Before.
4 damage. Seems to have hit a piece of muscle. Doesn't seem vital, but it's not particularly happy as it gets hit by this.
Bitch ass wolf.
Dude, they just keep
And-
fucking everything.
I'm not a fan of any of these animals that we've faced tonight.
It is Tiberius.
So, I'm frustrated. I didn't hit my shot. So, what I'm gonna do is, hang on, let me actually.
How low are you?
Oh,
Sorry,
I'm.
for fuck's
I have
sake.
4 hit points currently. I'm just honestly not in a good headspace right now. I want to murder this wolf. I'm just deciding which one is more damage. This one. I would like to cast Inflict Wounds on this wolf right in front of me. It's touch, so it's good. There.
You clench your fist as a dark green energy flows around your arm and forms a barrier type thing in front of your fist. And with your rage, you punch this thing in the face as hard as you can. How much damage do you deal?
I hit 15, so I hit, let's see, damage. Oh, this is necrotic as well. I hope it rots in 14 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, you obliterate this thing. It is dead.
Sick.
Roll.
Yeah.
Oh, physics. Did you roll a d? Ask my spells for in case of random magic.
I have not done that yet. Thank you for
Not the
reminding me.
cantrips, just the first level spells. But
Thank you for
I
reminding
presume.
me. I
yeah,
must remember that. It's up to me, and since I've forgotten, we're just gonna have to carry on going.
okay.
But I will remember that, and I'll remember I've forgotten it.
Twice.
Yes, yes. Right. This wolf at you, Gimbal. With the +4 rolls, we got a 17, 21 to hit as it munches down on your leg, right near your calf muscles. And it deals you
Where's
I didn't move.
6
I'm
piercing
dumbass.
damage. 21 hits.
see any of your rolls? I didn't notice that at all.
What's that?
I didn't realize that we can't see your rolls.
Yes.
No, I was like, where is this happening? Okay, we're good. Yeah, no, I'm back.
This is happening on the
Again,
table on my desk.
I'm not having a good time.
No.
I might make some very important rolls visible. But I don't fudge these dice generally. So yeah, this guy has munched down on your leg there, Gimbal. A total of 6 piercing damage. And Rosemary,
Yeah.
this
Oh,
wolf
I'm getting
gives a
attacked.
snap, 2 little yaps at you, and you can go, "Ah," but doesn't manage to catch purchase as you just sort of like rain dance your feet out the way.
Swarmed by the enemy.
Rosemary, your turn is now. Inspector Clue, you are up next.
Okay. Can I cast Firebolt at this motherfucker on me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Roll for hit. Okay. What's that? 18 plus 6, so 24. So
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit. 'Cause if
Yeah,
it doesn't hit,
For
there is something
14 plus
seriously wrong.
24.
There is something seriously wrong with these wolves. Otherwise,
No, this wolf does a double somersault.
no. What did I roll for damage?
9.
9. There we go.
Oh, you
Please
managed to
murder the
hit this
fucking
wolf.
wolf.
You singe almost every hair on its body. It's just like
You.
smoking. And yeah, cool. Anything you want to do else? Bonus action?
Okay, will he still take an opportunity attack at me if I move right now?
Yeah.
Then nah, I think I should I yell out for look around. I look around and I yell out for Cluzo to help Gimbal over there. He doesn't seem to be having a very good time.
What do you have to do?
Very
what-
good question.
Ah,
Clue
thought
has
my
no
connection
clue.
was gone.
Oh, don't worry. I was waiting for Amanda to finish her sentence.
Yeah.
You stand there with your knife gooey with mushroom sap, looking at this going on in front of you. Your one friend has a wolf with a mouth clamped on his leg. He's screaming in pain. The wolf is growling at him. What do you do?
I'm gonna I'm gonna try something. First, I just need to
20 seconds.
distance from the creature to the wolf. 20. That's 15. Okay, I'm gonna try something funny.
Okay.
This fire. I don't know if the fire is luring the wolves or not, but I'm gonna try and scare the wolves. I will run up to this little creature and let's see now. I don't think I can use my touch ability light on a creature, but I can do it on
You can, but it'll contest it.
Well, I'll just try this. I'll use light on this creature.
Okay, cool. On the ball of string
On the ball string.
that this creature has become.
Yes.
Okay, as you place your hands on this, each rope illuminates and goes around in a circular ball of light energy, and this creature gets enveloped as well. It's just this ball, this sphere, this pretty big, bulky sphere, about as tall as Tiberius is, just under his height, and it's glowing very bright. Kimble, you're up next. Tiberius, you're on deck.
What? Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, for my move. Well, not really a move. I guess maybe I might have to move like a foot or so. I'm going to grab one of the sticks that's hanging out of the fire and try and get the fiery log in between me and the wolf. Then I'm gonna shoot it again.
Are you going to move out of range of the wolf?
Well, it's well. I mean, we can't take like a 5-foot step.
He'll take a snap at you.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Then that's
You can
very
swap the
dumb.
weapon.
I have 3 health. So I'm gonna keep the fire in between me and the wolf, and I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. Which wolf
If
is
it
this?
nips me on the way out, I'm done for.
Which wolf? Which wolf is this?
The wolf that I did 4 damage to before.
And then
The
you
one
do know.
Yeah,
You
the
know
one I
that-
made. The one
that-
that's attacking me. The one that's a danger to me. Only the one that's. I don't care about the other 2 wolves. I'm only worried about the one
There's
that's
only 2 wolves left.
fucking me up. Okay, well then this
Munching your leg.
the one that's literally taken like my leg.
You can you can swap out your weapon if you want as a bonus action.
I'll
Okay,
do
you
that.
know it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
It
That
won't be a
works.
disadvantage.
I can, yeah. If that's allowed, then I
Yeah,
will do that.
definitely.
And I'll give it a good old stab with the finesse. The finesse.
What's the finesse?
21.
Nice. How would you like
That's the
to
finesse. That's the finesse.
Nice.
you bring in your dagger closer and back away a little bit and then closer again as this wolf tries to get at you. It's almost like a little duel. But you manage to outdo it because as much as this wolf is very smart and cunning at its natural instincts, you've dealt with wolves before in your travels. You know where to stick a knife. It's
How much
good.
damage do you do?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Full
matter.
damage. Max damage.
Nice. It's amazing.
6.
You can add a description if you want, but this thing is dead.
It's exceptionally dead.
Whose turn is up? It's Tiberius.
Yeah, it's me.
Um,
I was sort of hoping you didn't kill that guy or targeted the other one, but are we? Let's see. Okay, I move towards this one Wrong tool. Hiya! I come stand here to fight. I wanted to do Toll the Dead, but I will not. I think because I had so much fun, I'm going to do another Inflict Wounds. Because I kind of like this green glowing fist I've got going on. Yeah. I roll a 18 to hit and 15 damage.
You do the same as you did with the last. As your energy goes around your fist, you bring it down on this and crush or beneath its face as it pummels it. It gets pummeled into the ground. That is going to end as all 3 of these wolves have perished.
Okay.
Okay.
First things first, I'm going to walk over to the creature that is presumably still very shiny.
Yeah, bright.
And I'm going to make sure it's still secured. And I want to fish out one of those pieces of janky metal and jam it in its mouth.
Along with the rock.
And then the rock again. We're behind the rock or something. It needs to eat metal. All I know is that it needs to eat metal. I don't know how it works. I'm gonna shove it into it in a way that it accepts, hopefully.
It goes and takes a big bite of this thing and just showers down on it. It corrodes as this yellowy liquid goo emanates from around his face.
Like I said, they just hungry.
And it just snaps out.
Are we training this thing like a dog with metal scraps?
It's going to take a
It
swipe at
absolutely
you.
seems like that.
It's going to take a swipe at you, Inspector Q, but with disadvantage. So 19 and a 6 plus, what is this? Plus 3. 9 hit?
No.
No.
14.
Takes a snap at you, but the ropes managed to restrain it.
Good.
Just above
Okay,
your
I'm
face.
gonna do a dodly. I'm gonna punch it again.
No.
Since we've
Wait,
had a
I
long
have
rest, did it also have a long rest? Like its health is full again?
Yeah.
Hold on. I have a
Yeah, but
Is that gonna
he
make
doesn't
it
like being tied up.
harder to knock it out if it's full HP? I don't know, whatever. We can try again.
Yes.
I
don't necessarily want to knock it out. I just don't want it to keep on
Oh,
Well,
he's
you did
snapping
it.
at
Snapping.
us.
happening.
It launched itself in a very weak, weird, bally, yarn, glowy, shiny way at me, but failed completely.
It is still glowing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna,
Yes.
I'm gonna punch it in the head. Be like, hey, no,
No.
don't do that.
Knock it off,
No,
friend.
I'm not punching it. I'm
No,
gonna take out
I am.
my
Do more punching.
I'm gonna take out my flask and
Take
I'm
a
gonna
good old
try
swig.
and fill my flask with some of the yellow liquid that oozes out of it.
Is your flask made of metal?
I
No,
I
it's a
believe
water
it's made
skin.
of. No, it's
The
a
flask.
Flasks are either glass or wooden.
You have a flask, a glass flask. Nice.
Plaster, not
Okay.
plaster.
Um, So what I want you to do, we're going to use a table here. I've got it here open, harvesting and loot. And this is a rust monster. No, it's a rust monster. So you have it, it's tied up and restrained. So let's see what we're going to get here. I want you to roll nature, please.
Nature. I've never done that before. There we go.
Mhm.
6.
Oh
No,
my god,
nine.
the DC is 5. I was about to say you just got it by 1. You got a 9. There are other things that you can get when you harvest stuff. But this fits very well for it because it's not dead, you know. And you
Mhm.
actually made the DC on what I've got here, which is you get 3 vials of saliva.
Nice.
How do we get
And then
vials?
you have a flask, you can fill one of those up as a vial.
So
There are,
Actually, you have one
I
of
only
those-
have I only have 1, so it means I get 1 out of those 3.
and there's anyone else you can ask. You can ask your party members.
that's a pint of
If anyone
I
has
poison.
have 2, so I will. Actually, there's I have no empty flasks. Yeah.
I'm not using my water skin for this thing
Mm.
spit.
No, of course not.
in group 1, you can see
Actually-
what it does.
How? Okay. Well, we have 3 dead wolves here. Obviously, we're going
Them.
to. Obviously, we're going to take their pelts, and I'm going to smoke as much of the meat
The
as I
meat.
can to
And
try and replenish the rations.
Are we eating
We
wolf?
gotta take everything that we can from them.
Who is doing the harvesting on the wolf?
Well, I mean, it
Llama?
depends. Let's talk about. Let's find out which
I
of us
ca-
has the most experience.
I don't have a knife.
Llama, I
mean-
want you to add, to remove your, to just add a description, customize, change the name of your flask, and make
Mhm.
it flask of, spit. Flask of spit. Monster spit.
Okay, so who do we
Whatever
reckon
you
is
want
the
to call
best?
it.
Oh,
It's a rust. It's a rust
Oh,
monster.
What do we need
Rust of
skin?
monster. Rust monster.
Nature. Survival.
Well, no, survival. I'd
My
say, right?
survival is
I will tell you now. I think it's nature.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was nature. Um,
Who has the best
What do we use,
either of
Chief?
those?
nature, yes, please. Nature.
Well, let's just see, who has the best ideas for the things, I guess.
Clue. Do you have a dagger to?
I have a
knife?
dagger.
Oh, he
I-
also. But his is poison. Can we use your dagger to?
I have a dagger. Use. I have a dagger.
Oh, okay.
But who's going to do the work?
I can cook some meat if that's
Well,
easier.
The smoking. I mean, who's going to cut
Who's
and
going to
harvest
try and get
and the-
these wolves back? Oh, sorry, I'm
My nature is
Saying what you're
plus
saying.
2.
What
Oh,
you
my
need to
nature
run
is plus
nature.
0. Yeah.
My nature's plus 0.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll,
Flo is just
mine is-
not.
mi-
Yeah, there we go.
mine is plus 3. Just give me your knife and I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay,
great,
yeah, that's a better idea.
Dagger and let him do it.
roll 3 nature checks, please.
9, 12,
12?
and one more.
3 of them.
You need to roll 3 times, llama.
Oh,
Thank you.
fact.
4.
You managed to
12, 4,
You managed to successfully.
and a 20, okay. Not that, but...
With the
It's-
3
that's
doesn't
right.
count. It's not-
Yeah, it's 3 though.
Okay.
12, 4, and 20.
20 would be nice, but it was 9. Oh, you got that right before. Oh, good. 20, right. I was being.
Nature.
Sorry.
Cool.
I forgot
Ah.
about that already. It's late, yeah.
What do you first nature check for?
The
first
spit.
Hey?
Oh.
The spit.
Spit, yeah.
Yeah,
spit.
okay.
you forgot about it too. I feel better
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Cool. You get yourself 2 wolf pelts successfully, but unfortunately, the one was a little bit difficult. Through the battle, you saw that the pelt
I
was actually
smashed
too
him
mangled.
too hard. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
could be.
can we say that I've gotten the rations that I've used so far back and smoked?
I think you guys can use these wolves. If you're planning to cook these guys up, so Rose has asked, I assume, for people to collect some meat. I
Yeah.
think you've got plenty of meat here, and you guys are gonna. Rose is getting herself ready to cook up some more.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be your rations for tonight. You don't have to add or remove any.
Yeah,
If you
that's what
so
we can
choose.
eat today, and then we can smoke the rest of the meat. So lasts longer.
Yes. So how much of the how much can we end up? How much in the end can we save after what we eat and fuck up mostly?
These wolves had a lot of shattered bones in them.
So we can only eat of them for one night.
You can roll nature if you want, but I'm just gonna brush past that because the max that you're gonna get isn't gonna be
Does
much more
animal
than
handling
3
count for
rations.
anything here? Well, it's not really handling animals. It's handling
Animal
dead
handling.
animals.
Well,
Animal
I
handling
rolled
is like
nature and I
you
got a 20.
encounter a bear in the woods, but it seems to just be warning you, and you like try and persuade it that you're taller than it is,
Okay,
or you're
so
not a
is it
threat.
not like handling dead animals as well? It doesn't count for that.
I think it
I
matters
rolled
more.
nature and I got 19, so does that help?
Sorry, go.
He rolled nature and he got 19.
You said roll nature, so roll nature. 19.
For what?
You said you could roll nature. So I rolled
On
nature.
the wolves.
On the walls, but Lava's already done that. I mean, Inspector Clouseau's already done that.
No, you said
In
for
them.
something about the meat.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
meat, 19. Okay. Yeah, you managed to harvest.
Well, you got 19 plus 1, you got 20, but
You managed
Yeah,
to
but
harvest
it was not a natural 20. I
Yeah.
got an insane 20 that implied
4
over 20.
rations from these 3 wolves.
How much?
4 rations from these 3 wolves.
And we're back at where we started.
Yeah. Moving along.
Oh,
They. Yeah, no, it's the wolves. I mean, you managed to get yourself some meat and some pelts
Thoroughly
and
mangled,
some
something left
sticks.
behind.
There are thoroughly mangled corpses of wolves here in the forest. Just near. Anything anyone else would like to do?
Heal.
Tense time.
I need
Sleep.
to take another long rest,
Guys
but
are all going back to bed.
Yeah, it's like 4 a.m. or whatever. We can have a
Yeah.
rest.
let's the
Are we taking a
creatures-
long rest?
Take a long rest.
Yes.
Thank
the
you.
creature is thoroughly subdued. I'm gonna like double and triple check it before I go take a rest.
Feed
and
him
have a-
again the next day.
Yes, I don't know exactly how much scraps. I just figured I picked up like a you know
Wake up early
toss
afternoon.
in the backpack or whatever when we were gathering them.
Hey, cat, don't be
What
a
I-
bitch.
You have an uneventful night after that excitement and adventure.
Excitement. It's one way to describe it. Sorry.
Quite so. One way, interesting another way. You find yourselves well rested and ready for the adventure that awaits you ahead.